About videos back, I think I was talking to you about how I was up to a little project. Here it is. I've gotten IM'd about, hey, what is it? It's not hobby related, so discard this. But I want to tell you that there have been some real upheavals in my family, and people I care about have been going through some hard things. My grandfather passed away. My wife and my sister are going through hard things. My friends are going through some hard instances. And I made a decision a while ago. I am an attorney. I'm also a trial attorney. I'm not a criminal attorney. I'm not a personal injury attorney. And I wish them all well. That's not my calling. I've tried my hand at it. It's not me. I went into this business, this profession, because I'm not a very good businessman. I went into this profession because I wanted to help people. I really did. And you can ask, I wanted to help people, and I still do. People have always asked me, it's like, well, now you've gone into it, tell me your war stories. Tell me what's going on. I will tell you a war story, because ultimately I'm trying to shift the focus away from me to this project I have, because ultimately it really doesn't matter about me or what's going on with me. It's about this thing, the company, a nonprofit I want to make. You always hope that what you create will have a life of its own and will live on after you. At 36 years old, I know I'm not going to be president. I know I'm not going to make a Microsoft. I'm not Picasso. But I still have hopes of having some impact on the world. I know that I will probably not have children. So in effect, this is going to be my child. So hopefully 100 years from now, when I'm dead and buried, and people still can't figure out how to say my last name, this will still be there. Like I said before, I do family law. By a quirk in the universe, I'm doing a lot of instances that deal with family violence. And that's where the war stories come into. Look, I personally think that everybody's got them. They're entertaining at parties. Mine aren't very entertaining. I don't know how soldiers and I don't know how police officers live, because the stuff I've seen, and I've just seen slivers of things, I don't know how they deal with stuff. But I'll tell you something that I've seen that they haven't. I have seen a person, because I'm not going to say woman or man, because I've helped both. I've helped women, I've helped men, I've helped children. I've tried to work with families. I've tried to work with as many people as I could, regardless of race or creed. But I can't do it. I'm going to go bankrupt. I'm going to go into the poorhouse. I am not a very good business person. In fact, I'm quite horrible if you would kind of go by my level of financial success. Not very good. There are some attorneys, God bless them, that are out there that make good money, and they're able to support their family, and they're able to do the things that they want to do. If it wasn't for my wife's insurance, I'd probably be dead. Now, if you measure my success maybe in the amount of people I've helped, probably not many either, because I'm just one person. But if you can measure my success in maybe the thing I've made and maybe how it flourishes, well, that's yet to be determined, because I'm still in process. So maybe that'll be something. Now I'm rambling. But I want to tell you, the worst thing I've ever seen is while sitting in court, I've seen a person sit down literally across the aisle from me, crying, looking like they got hit by a freight train. And you know what? The worst thing is seeing that face and knowing that I can't go up to those people. I can't go up to her. I can't go and say, I'm an attorney, you're here in court, I can help you. Obviously, you've been the clerk, you're frustrated, you don't know what the hell's going on, because most people don't, because, let's face it, most people don't want to have any dealings with law. I mean, they don't want to have a dealing with the law system if they can help it. It's funny that everybody talks about, oh, hey, look at all our courts are all clogged up. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not because of McDonald's, and it's not because of the crime rate. Most of what our court deals with is domestic stuff, okay? Most of it is domestic. Most of it is bad situations and people trying to get out of it, or, hey, people don't want to be with each other. Fine, they want divorces. When it comes to the really bad stuff, the really, really bad stuff, that's where I want to help. And like I said, the worst thing I've ever seen is seeing that person and knowing that I couldn't talk to them. And seeing that person, that woman's face is going to be etched in my brain for the rest of my life. For the rest of my natural life. Because I couldn't say anything. Because of my profession, I have this responsibility to not solicit. But there are exceptions to that. Non-profits are exceptions to that. I want to make a non-profit law firm. I want to make it that deals with family violence. I want to make it that deals with domestic violence, all forms of it. I want to help who I can help. I want to deal with the people who don't have the money. Because quite frankly, in court, if you have money, it sets you up as an advantage. It does. In fact, look, I'm going to say it, in this society, money sets you up to have an advantage any way you look at it. It does. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's a thing. Okay? And even the folks that I have managed to cobble together and help, I haven't done what I've wanted to do because of money. And a lot of, well, you have all these attorneys that do pro bono stuff. No. They do, but they don't. You can only do so much free stuff. You can only do so much, and then you're living on the streets. You can only do so much. That's why I want to make a foundation. I'm going to name it after my sister, Mandy. I'm kind of tooling around with the exact wording, but I want to name it after my sister. She's not dead. She has beautiful children, and I may just put up some pictures, but she was in a bad way, and I couldn't help her the way I would want it to, the way I maybe should have, the way I could have. I wasn't able to. I want to be able to put resources into something that's going to help the maximum amount of people. And how that's going to work is I want to be able to create a foundation, a non-profit law firm that works for people, poor people primarily. Hey, race, creed, color. Hey, if you're poor, you're going to have trouble navigating the legal system. And for a while I thought, you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm basically going to be competing against legal aid. And I'm not. I know Ohio, okay? I can't tell you what it's like in Indiana. I can't tell you what it's like in Illinois. I can't tell you what it's like in Michigan. I'm just a little Ohio attorney. And I know in Ohio there are a whole bunch of people that are trying to get into legal aid that can't. One, because legal aid is understaffed, and it's not their fault. They don't have the money. Two, it's because they have a mandate to do certain work. They can't just do custody. They can't just do what they want. In fact, if they do, they get shut down. And if you're in Ohio and you know what place I'm talking about, they get shut down. So I don't want to have that. I want to be able to say, that's a poor case, that's a horrible case. You know what? This person needs help now. Not 6 months from now, not a year from now. They need help now. And we have the resources to help this person now. That's what I want to be able to do. That's what I want to be able to do. And why am I saying this stuff on YouTube? I don't know, because maybe it's a way to keep me honest, to keep track of this stuff. Maybe it's a way that I can ask that, you say, I don't know if you're religious folks. I don't know if you're not. I don't care. Think good thoughts. Say a little prayer. I don't want anything from you. I haven't had the company yet. I haven't created it except on paper yet. I have to fill out a bunch of forms. I have to do a bunch of stuff with the IRS. And like I said, that's hard for me because I am a family attorney. I'm not a business attorney. That stuff is painful. I have to think about writing grants or getting people. I have to think about directors. I know some good folks that I'm going to ask to help me. And if they want, God bless. And if they don't, That's fine. You know, I don't care. If you don't want to say nice things, that's fine. I'm just telling you what my plan is. I'm telling you that I've got an idea and I think it'll work. And even though I might not necessarily be good at it, and competence hasn't stopped me yet, so